Detroit Lions announced that brother Marcus Davenport, y'all know I was going to do this video, is, on IR. It's listed as a chest injury, so we thought it was a shoulder. So I don't know if I had to guess, it's probably the same injury that CJ Gardner Johnson had, with a torn pec with the hope to come back. On the torn pec, I mean, yeah, that's what the brother from Boise State went down with, and that got to be a horrible injury. I was listening to somebody talk about lifting. I said I think every man should lift, especially if I think everybody, but especially middle age, man, that's very, very key. But everybody should live. But he was saying how most pec injuries happen on the flat bench. I'm like, damn, for real? On the barbell flat bench. I'm like, yeah. You the kind of thing like a lot of them probably happen with the dumbbells, especially with ego lifting. But I mean, I can see it. The bench hype a lot of people up, and people forget the function of the chest. It goes. Everybody just think the chest is press. You just pressing. You pressing. But the function of the chest, and let me let y'all know, I tell this to a lot of guys. The chest just doesn't have one motion. The chest goes this way, that way. The chest goes. So you got to work all those functions of the chest. I think a lot of guys forget that. Like, that's why this way is just as critical as you pressing it. Because you got lateral movements, you got straight movements. So you got to make sure you hit those angles of the chest. But yeah, once your chest stretch a certain way, you tear a pec, that shit it has to be painful. It has to be painful. You know what I'm saying? It has to be painful. Has to be painful. So he's probably done for the season. They don't want to come out in the minute. He's probably done for the season. And just knowing, pec injury and all that shit got to be horrible. Because you really can't do nothing. You can't do when you got that injury, bro. Like, how you supposed to really wipe? You gotta learn to wipe your ass with the other arm, and then you got to think about it. Like, where's the position in which it has to heal in? You know what I'm saying? If you got to keep it like this all day, you can't really move it because you want it to heal. So how do you sleep? Like, that's a horrible injury to have. Let me just say first and foremost, that's one of the injuries you don't want to have. Some of them injuries you have, like you take it for granted, a bicep injury, you forget you're like, damn, I didn't know the bicep was that important. Some of them injuries, man, you have, man, shoulder injury with, most lifters have shoulder injury. You talking about shoulder injuries but a pec is wild. You know what I'm saying? A pec is a hard injury to deal with. So I don't know, what is it? Once you had a surgery, can you move the arm? Can you not move it? Then think about it. Okay, once you rehab and you healthy, it's getting over the hump of, working it. Oh, all right, let me chest press, let me bench press again. Okay, then once you get over, okay, I can bench press. Then once you take on two blockers and you try to, sack the quarterback, how will it function? How would you truly function? How would you truly function as far as, oh, if I get stretched out again? That's in the back of your head. So people don't really think how much that plays a part, excuse me, in your psyche, man. Real talk. That plays a big part in the psyche, man, just getting over the mental hurdle. So, I mean, to be honest with you, he probably got something similar to CJ Gardner Johnson, where they like, okay, I think he can come back from this. I think he can literally come back from this, and be healthy and help you out down the season. But eventually, they might keep him on the active roster to come back. But my thing is this: he's gonna get injured again. So why not shut him? I would probably say, if it's really a pec tear, maybe it's a strain, maybe it's a small tear. But if it's a pec tear, I shut him down. I'll probably shut him down. I'll probably shut him down, and I'll just go look elsewhere. I know they signed a couple dudes for depth. Hopefully you get Pascal back at some point, and Lee McNeil will slide in at some point. But I probably will look You know, guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, Jalen Phillips, other guys on other teams that just can get the passer. And I feel like, Al Qaeda Muhammad, Josh Pascal, Aiden Hutchinson, and maybe one of those other guys you picked up from Jacksonville or Dallas, that's solid. But I would want another pass rush specialist. I would want another pass rush specialist to go with them, because the thing about it is, I got Pascal, who can barely be a good run defender, right? I got Makai Wingo that can go to the end and defend the run. So I just want that next juicy pass rusher that can really get electric off the edge. But I don't think nobody is bad, and I think you probably gonna hear them shut Davenport down pretty soon for the season. I think you're gonna hear that. Now that Al Qaeda Muhammad produced the way he did, you have to ask yourself, if Al Qaeda Muhammad was that good, why was y'all playing Davenport over him so much? We heard about they both had good camps and all that, but they should have really been rotating. But Davenport, some people just don't have the body, and then some people just don't have the body to hold up. Y'all gotta understand, man, that shit is tough. And then you probably, in my opinion, he probably needs to add more muscle. He probably need to bulk a little bit more. He's like one of those, like, just he don't really look as as muscular as he should, but he's strong. You can tell he's strong. He gifted athletically, but he probably need to bulk up a little bit. I would say he probably need to bulk up just a little bit, but it's probably over with for him. Probably time to retire. It's tough to be an Iron Man like Emmitt Smith. It's tough to be an Iron Man like Junior Seau. Those are special type of genetics. Ray Lewis, to play that long and play through. Davenport is just time to walk away from the game. He gave it his all, from shoulders to pecs to all of that. He just couldn't physically hold up. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumble, man. And the average person who talk about Marcus Davenport not holding up, they couldn't make it one day training to be an NFL player. The conditioning, the lifting, just that part, you can't make it through it. The lifestyle is hard. Even hooping, most people, y'all go to LA Fitness, y'all hoop, I'll see y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So it's tough. You gotta remember, you can't use some illegal drugs and all that type of stuff. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.